Rohan battles the hosts of the Valar in today's Dawnless Days siege battle for you here today. We have a glorious 2v2 Lord of the Rings siege here, and it's on, I can't remember, it's just like Gondor City or something. It's another, it's that basic map we actually had showcased a couple of games ago. But yes, we're back with some more Dawnless Days. I've been loving it, and yeah, you guys keep sending in loads of replays. I will mix up the stuff that we're going to be showing off, don't worry. There'll be plenty more NTW3 and Road 2 and other modded stuff as well very shortly. But I'm enjoying Dawnless Days at the moment, and you guys are as well. It seems to be just, you know, leaving plenty of likes, subbing as well if you're new around here, and yeah, leaving your comments as well and your thoughts on the battles. But yeah, in today's game, we do have the Dwarves of Erebor, and we do have the men of Rohan defending against the Elves of Linden and also the Elves of Lothlorien. So some strong factions, that's for sure. The Elves, you know, probably one of the top tier factions. I mean, I'd certainly say they're not going up against a strong siege faction in Rohan. Rohan is not that great. I mean, a lot of mustard spears being brought here, which kind of highlights the point. They haven't got great infantry. I mean, they've chosen to bring their bad infantry here. They're obviously going to use these terrible mustard spears to pin down all the shock here, which is, I think, why he's not landed the shock here, the Lothlorien player. But and then they're going to shoot with the missiles and just use cheap mustard spears to kill much more you know, effective units. We've got Barrack Guard here already fighting against. What are they fighting against? A Valinor Jeweler, which I think is a Warrior of Arda unit that's been added in. We have got a whole bunch of submods on, including Last Breath, Warriors of Arda, War of the Mountains, and the Thief of Gondor. But I don't think, apart from Warriors of Arda, I don't really think any of the other submods are being used. Because these, Valinor Jewelers, they're a modded unit. But yeah, they're getting absolutely slaughtered right now by the Dwarven Barrack Guard. That is not the sort of unit you want to be landing against, that's for sure. What is over here? Dwarven Miners. Quite the opposite here, quite the opposite mismatch. Like, these Miners should really be fighting the Jewelers, and then the Barrack Guard should really be fighting the Noldorian Swords. That would be the better matchup. Instead, they've gone against you know, the cheapy option of both top tier units. They're slaughtering them. Noldorian Swords here, though, are getting focused down. Oh no, it's not actually. It's the Twilight Guard out here. They're shooting in. They're actually focusing down the miners. Bit of a waste of ammo because you are already shooting at what is a very dead unit, and it's going to get beaten by the Noldorian Swords anyway. The Iron crossbows shooting the Noldorian Swords. Better trade, that's for sure. I'm already losing 30 troops there. We are seeing missiles as well from the Elves. Haven Watchers here. They're shooting into the backs of these mustard spears on the wall. Again, not a great unit to really be wasting your ammo on as an attacker. Like, these spears, you are getting rear shots, which is great, but they're mustard spears at the end of the day. They're cheap as chips. And Rohan spam those out. Gatehouse is gone. So now they're going to be able to go through there, but Iron Guards are waiting, so that's pretty much in its own right is another gate. So yeah, Iron Guards are waiting. They are going to take a long time to break through. I think there's a pole arm there as well. Oh yeah, and the Noldorian Swords are actually engaged in the Iron Guard here. They've got we've got 2 units here, Barrack Guard, and then also a Erebor Halberd, all just by this gate. Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. They're not going to get through that gate anytime soon. And also, yeah, the crossbows focusing down. That Noldorian Swords died quite quickly, just going to say. A lot of cav has been brought in today's game as well, and I think that's because they thought Rohan was going to sally, and Rohan's not sallying. I just let you know, ladies and gentlemen, he is fully committed to the infantry game. So all this cav here has been wasted by Linden, to be honest, and been brought for some reason. And yeah, look at that. Yeah, Noldorian hit questions over here. And we've got a lot of cav on this side as well. Lorien Outriders. I mean, it's not great calves, and it's not expensive. It's not a huge waste, but still, that's not good at all. Balanced power is in favor of the attackers of the Elves, of course, but they have less troops. They are actually attacking a settlement with less men, but that's how the Elves do it. Their units are so elite that they're smaller units. Also because, you know, Elven populations are smaller. They don't breed as much because they're all immortal. Amoros Sentinels up here, they're getting freely shot, and actually we've got Rohan sending Westfold Axes, another Warriors of Arda unit, sending that onto the walls. So yeah, Rohan has access to shock infantry, which makes it a little overpowered in my opinion. It makes them a better siege faction, that's for sure. They have those sorts of units available. We also have a deep pushing Linden unit here, more of those Valinor Jewelers. Somehow they've just snuck through this line here. The Dwarves have just kind of left them to meander. I don't think they have. Oh, they've got a cav unit. They've got the Heir of the Eastfold inside the settlement. One singular cav unit there. I don't know what their general is actually for Rohan. Oh, it is Erkenbrand. So yeah, he's fully committed to the infantry game. I like that. I like that from the play. It's almost like mind games you're playing. Like, I'm playing Rohan. People think I'm going to sally. I'm not. I'm just playing all infantry. And maybe next time he'll go cavalry based. But yeah, this is really working in their favor, to be honest. Like, they're landing stuff for the elves. It's getting really quickly dealt with. But yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see how this one goes on. I've been told it's a really close fight in the description of the replays that are yet really close finish. Elves a bit passive to start with, which is kind of the vibe I'm getting. But the elves at some point, they are going to have to commit. You know, they are eventually going to have to go, well, we've got those 3,400 guys. We're going to have to send them in some point. Otherwise, we might as well all just leave and go home. Go back to Valinor. It looks like, yeah, the Noldorian swords are here. Just being dealt with quietly. I think this is the general. I think that's the Durin's guard in there. Of Balin's bodyguard. You can't really see what's going on, but you can sort of also at the same time. You can see there's a fight going on in that tunnel, that's for sure. I've just about got over my cold as well. I've like had lingering for the sort of last 4 or 5 days. So I'm slowly not just having to mute myself to cough and splutter, so you don't have to endure hearing that. And I probably don't sound so off now. I think my voice is so deeper that it's so sounded so ill. It shouldn't be the case anymore. Early retainers slay these jewels here. They decided to turn around. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize this Iron Guard unit has been focused down. That is impressive. Wow. That's poor from, yeah, they just look at that Twilight Guard to focus at unit. And they still have a lot of ammo. Don't know if it's the Haven. What? Yeah, geez, all the elves have a lot of ammo left. That's poor, to be honest, from the Dwarven plays. Allowed this Iron Guard to get focused down. Because the Noldorian sword that was sent in here, that died really quickly. So it's not them that's responsible, even though we can see their bodies. That's archer ammo. So that's poor there from the Dwarf player. I pulled these units back because he's going to keep doing this as the Elven player. And they are sending more jewelers in. They are getting more and more confident now that some of these defenses are being slowly eroded. Yes, if you're a fan of all things Dawnless Days, as I was already saying, feel free to support the channel. It's the #1 place for Dawnless Days content is here. To be honest, when we get that campaign, oh my gosh, it'll be 24/7 Dawnless Days streams, videos, everything. I won't be able to get enough of it. But yeah, if you're a fan of generally all things Total War, historical, or well, I guess this is non-historical as well. But yeah, then this is the place to be. Do remember to to hit that sub button. We're working towards 13k subs. We're getting there pretty steadily already. So yeah, if you have been here a little while and you haven't hit that sub button, feel free to do so. And if you want to send any of your own replays in as well, do send them into my Discord. The link is down in the description, and you can also just join if you want to be seeing other news that's going on with the channel, and also just want to chat to fellow Total War fans as well. These guard and Mudacell here are getting shot. This corner piece here is a real problem for the defenders. They're finally turning that battle in their favor here. Early retainers getting focused down. I mean, again, not a bad unit to have shot to pieces. It's also kind of done its job against the jewelers there. Still, these Elven archers are going to be a problem. They are going to be a problem. Another retainer being sent in, and they don't need to send another in, they've just routed it there, so yeah, really nice. Get those swords out of there. I'd probably evacuate this whole corner, to be honest. I don't know what's going on over here. It's Flathram Jewelers there going in. Again, kind of trying to deal with these Iron Guard. Barrack Guard as well in here. We've got all the guards. Guards available. I'd pull back from these units. They just stacked everything here. I think that's a pretty poor play as a player. You should never really give all your cards away. I feel like by putting everything at the gate, you're giving all your cards away. He literally has everything by the wall here. apart from his crossbows. And by the walls, we've already learned everything's in range of his archers. I'm really expecting to see the Elven archers end up by this siege tower, and he's going to shoot the other side down the line here. I'm really expecting that. And we're also seeing Haven watchers move in that direction, so it's quite likely it's going to happen. They're shooting this earlier retainer here. It's going to support the jewelers. Yeah, dwarves. I kind of feel like almost AFK. He just kind of left his guys here. He's just like, yeah, I'm just going to leave him there, see what's going to happen. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I mean, he's got all this stuff like committed to gates, pretty much. He's got a Dwarven barrack guard here, and he's got his crossbows mobile, but that's it. It's not like it's not a lot. Westfold Axe is here battling on the wall. Yeah, you don't get this unit. I'll just reiterate, you don't get that unit that we're looking at right now. The Westfold Axes, you don't get them in the vanilla mod. They are a unique unit to Warriors of Arda. Yeah, there you go. The looks like obviously Rohan now with the shock infantry just asset that he has in his roster. He's winning he's good at winning those fights on the wall at the moment. Not winning these ones though here with his mustard spears. The tactic of baiting in shock infantry with the cheap spears and then supporting with archers is not really working at the moment. The Helmingast maybe need to get a bit closer. Certainly need to be firing in greater multitude, I think, to even this up. I mean, maybe the first couple of volleys just aren't, like getting through the armor just yet, but they are dropping a couple. But yeah, those Galadrim swords, yeah, they're nasty, and there's a lot of them. I mean, this is one of the strengths of the elves is their shock infantry. It's certainly their tier 3 shock infantry. They can bring a lot of it for a reasonable price. Certainly as an attacker, and it's effective. And then over here, looks like, yeah, again, a lot of dormant units, to be honest. Like Mustard Spears, Guard of Mutasal, I mean, they're hidden. This one is, at least. But they could do just being, shifted maybe elsewhere, just in case a gap opens up in the line. I also like that they've got this cav inside the settlement. I mean, they could start thinking about using it, to be honest. I mean, there's Noldorian swords getting free here. I'd maybe start thinking about maybe one of the cycle charge them. Maybe they're worried about the archers being able to support close nearby. But, I mean, his Iron Guard, for some reason, back in this corner here. What is this Dwarven player doing? Poor, I feel like, Micro here. Just poor use of his unit. Like, just stay away from this corner. You just watched multiple Rohan units die here. Iron Guard are invincible. And if you use a unit badly, even a really good unit, it'll die. These guys aren't gods. They can soak up ammo, but when you've got 4 to 6 Elven archers shooting at it, it'll die. And it's certainly if he's getting side shots. Oh, sorry. Oh, no, it is. I was going to say, I thought it was. Maybe Rohan does have calves selling outside. We couldn't, evidently weren't looking for this. I mean, there's one scout of Rohan out here. Don't think that's going to make a big difference. But still, like, that's all a massive overcompensation here by the elves in sort of the amount of cav that they brought. And in the end, there's only one scout for them to deal with. Elves again here with this Noldorian sword, it's just moping about inside. No one's dealing with it. Cavalry, infantry, some deal with it. The side charge over here as well. They've got off the wall. And these Lorien swords here, they're going to be able to charge the side of the Westfold axes. Yeah, I guess they're going to have to send in the cav dismounted, unless they can claim a gate, and that's hoping now they're going to win this game, is they can get a gate, they can get that cav inside, maybe change the game. It would be viable as well. I mean, it's close in numbers. It's 200 difference, which, to be honest, for the elves is not a big number difference. I guess you've got to think also the defenders of the dwarves, and they don't care about numbers either. Their units are smaller than the typical Manish unit. Dwarves are kind of surrounded there. Polearms are dying, that's for sure. They're getting side charged. I mean, they are getting side shots now with the Helmingast. But I can hit a cav. It should really have gone inside charges Noldorian swords. Instead, it's coming to the gates. It's not going to sally out, is it? No, it's patrolling. It might be going for that Galadrim sword over there, which is not a bad target either. I mean, it's the same as going for this one. And Noldorian swords are losing here now. They're getting side-shotted. They need to keep this up. If the attackers are going to do things like this, just like sacrifice isolated units, I feel like this defense is actually pretty easy, pretty straightforward to do. The attackers, I don't think, have done anything too crazy. If you avoid this corner here, where they've just been keeping all their archers, and kill that, so like, just don't feed the attackers more troops, you'll be fine. Great charge, though, from the Erid here. Absolutely annihilating that Galadrim sword warrior. Look at that drop. 47. Probably going to go a bit lower. That was really, really nice. And I don't think they got a volley off on this Erid. It could actually probably get out of here, but relatively little losses. Yeah, about like 6. No, it's going to go up to about 9. Might get another charge here. I think on the pullout is always when they're like, they take their most losses, especially like a tier 2 medium shock cav. There you go, Galadrim sword warriors. I mean, I don't know. I've been saying this for a little while in like past streams and stuff, and in videos. I think Rohan cav still needs a buff, whether it's price or maybe you like just like change some of the stats. I don't know. I feel like you got to make it like it's the notorious cav faction, but it's not the faction in Dawnless Days you bring if you're going to do like an all cav army. You don't bring it. You bring like Imladris, or you're going to bring Karn if you're playing Last Breath, which, to be fair, Karn is kind of like on the same level as Rohan, and sort of like being a cav faction. But yeah, Rohan, I feel like, I mean, its cav is just not as good as like Gondor's. Like its best cav is not as good as Gondor's best cav, and it's capped even higher. You can only bring 2 of it instead of 3 that like Gondor can bring. So yeah, whether you can like up the Erid of the Eastfold to like a heavy cav, keep it a tier 2. Like one of the few factions as like a tier 2 heavy cav, I would have thought that, which could be a really cool asset. Might just, just make them. You don't necessarily need to then buff Rohan. Oh, here we go. Charge is going in on the other side as I'm wittering on. He's not actually. I don't think he's going to actually get any kills because the Galadrim sword warrior is 100-man units. So they fit all on the tower. So I don't even think he's achieving getting them off. Yeah, they're just attacking this tower and nothing's happening. Poor move there. Now Lothlorien should be able to, just charge. He's sleeping on the job. He could get his outriders over here. Instead, he's been allowed as Rohan to get in and get out. Yeah, I think Rohan just could desperately do with a buff in some manner, to be honest, in his cav department. Whether you change some stats for some stuff, or you change the caps, or maybe you just buff some things. Where are they bringing these outriders like servants to the eye? I don't know. I don't feel like it has the same effect. Something tells me they're just not as armored. Yeah, I mean the pole arms in the 2 ones that died. Just pull them out.
Down their weapons and are fleeing.
I mean, maybe they feel like they can't pull them out now because the archers will shoot them, but I'd get them out of there. Archers also landing on the wall. Perfect time. I mean, it's a weak unit. Perfect time to go and kill it. There's a shock infantry here. They could go and get it. Looks like the cav. The scouts of Rohan come back inside. Nice. I like that. I'm a big fan of this. This cav can be used really effectively on the defense, to be honest. Just sort of just charge anything that lands, like off the walls. A bit like that cav unit over there. That's actually winning in its fight against, I'm not sure, Tomb Wardens probably. The side charging. Yeah, they could do a lot of damage. They are starting to run out of ammo as well, are the attackers, which is reassuring if you're rooting for the defenders. If you're rooting for the attackers, well, that's not so great. And also concerningly, obviously, is that they have supply barrels. Plenty of them do the defenders. Whether they're going to use them, I don't know. Whether they have already used them, I'm not entirely sure.
The whole unit has been
they
destroyed.
Do have a couple of recharges on them, so I can't imagine they've used all the recharges. Lorien Outriders are now drastically losing, probably because they're fighting the Westfold Axes.
Enemy units have returned to the
Numbers-wise, it's still a 200-man difference. They've kept that sort of buffer of the defenders. They managed to, keep them at that sort of level. Let's hear Helming Gas. It's a very good hybrid unit. Just being wasted here. Get them back inside. I don't know what's going on. I think pathfinding. I don't know. Maybe they were attacking a different unit that's now routing. I think that might be the issue. But anyway, they're trying to get back inside. Good for them. Iron Guard over here again wasted. I'd be surprised if any of these Iron Guard have got over 100 kills. I mean, A, they're fighting elves, so they probably won't. But also, they've been wasted. They've been poorly used. And they're fighting elite shipwright nobles, so they're going to be up against there. So certainly a unit that can take them out, that's for sure. Certainly in the state they're in. A lot of archers left here with ammo for these defenders, which they do need to make good use of, I do think. And the cav, like I said, still need to use that cav as well to try and use it. Anything that lands, just charge it. And maybe, apart from giving up the gates, I'd try and bait the attackers in a little bit. They're going to see them land here. I'd get off the walls with Mustard Spear and try and be useful elsewhere. Then see if that sword will dismount and then charge it with cavalry. Because they're going to murder this Mustard Spear. Even with archer support, they're killing it. But maybe that's its full purpose now. Yeah, there's no archers. Well, I guess Erkenbrand maybe could support this this one, but you need to do it en masse. So you can try and kill the unit as quickly as possible, so you save your own spear. You've still got more mustard spears here, and I thought it was a guard of Mudasel, but it's disappeared. Oh, we're gonna see it. Oh, we've seen a cav charge over here. Okay, it's the scouts went in. They're trying to help the Iron Guard. Not a bad idea. I keep cycle charging while you get the chance here. Don't slow up, that's for sure. More missiles coming in. Don't know where. Oh, they're shooting Haldir. It's not a bad idea, actually. He's on the wall. Very light bow infantry unit. There you go. Charge coming in here. Not a bad charge again. These scouts, though, like with each charge, they're going to get weaker. There you go. I mean, they've got that shipwright noble down to 39, and that's very good. I don't know if this general's died yet. Haldir, has he fallen? I don't think so. No, he's still alive. He's now gone into. He's like, he's down on the wall, off the wall again. Another chargeable unit. Shipwright noble's still being pestered here by scouts of Rohan. One light cav doing a lot of damage. They're desperately trying to chase these crossbows. It's really odd, but yeah, Rohan can use his other cavalry unit here, and he can go for the charge and get these kills. Potentially. Haldir, though, open. But Elven morale's so good that they're not going to really care so much about losing their general. At least at the moment. That might change as the battle drags on. Again, another great opportunity here for cav charge. But Galadrim Sword Warriors being pinned by Mustard Spears. Literally their job as a pinning unit. They're not going to kill anything. They just need to pin it. And to be honest, Haldir does not need charging by cavalry. They've got other units available around which could definitely kill Haldir. He's a pretty good unit in melee, but he's not that great. He's not going to be he's not going to be beating any barrack guard, that's for sure. The scouts there finally have routed those shipwright nobles, so well done to them. They might get chased here by Haven Watchers. But yeah, like I said, that's the unit he's dealing with. This Galadrim Sword Warrior here. It's going to win its fight unless it can get unless the Mustard Spears can get some support. I think they are finally going to get some. Elves are also... Oh, they are preparing. Enemy general's gone. There you go. Haldir's gone, murdered by Dwarven Shock. But yeah, the Elves have decided that they've set up a ram here. They've actually managed to get their Lorien Outriders off the... managed, like it's a tough thing to do. They've got their riders off the... off their horses, got on the ramp, and they're now going to try and ram their way through, open up another point, then rush the cavern. It's not a bad tactic, actually, from the attackers. The only thing waiting for them is Erkenbrand. Erkenbrand is probably not going to be able to stop them. So they're going to need some infantry over here now. It's a new fire that the defenders are going to put out. Funnily enough, those Mustard Spears, or even these Guard of Mudasel, that's the spare one we've been looking for. They could block that gate, and they could save the day, but I don't think they're going to get there in time. The gate will not take that many hits. Just a couple. Cav has now supported, and it is killing that Galadrim Sword Warrior. Nice. Might just about save that Mustard Spear. Which just sounds like I'm saying mustard, as in like the thing you put on maybe your hot dog instead of mustard. Like as in, you've mustered your troops. There you go, they've routed the Galadrim Sword Warrior, that's great. That's also probably happened probably because of Haldir's dying. Balance power still in favour of the elves, and it's dead even in numbers. Well, just under dead even. They were for a moment, and they're wavering there. Look at that, that's a full cav unit. Wavering, well not full, but 53 out of 70. That's wavering pretty quickly. They could route that with a good charge there, yeah. There you go, Rohan going in.
The gates have been destroyed by the enemy.
And there you go, they routed that unit there, very, very nice. They've managed to get to the gate just in time, look at that. They've saved the day. That is lucky. Literally all they needed to be was like 30, not even 30 seconds, 10 seconds longer and delay in getting there. And they would have been screwed. But now there is shock infantry coming over. They're going to try and use that to try and batter their way through. Also not a bad idea. They at least tried it. And it was a good idea by the elves. Maybe should have looked at that earlier. But yeah, it's a good move. This gate assault over here kind of failed. It's fine, they didn't give it in. Iron Guard and also Halberds have held on, along with all these other units. Balin's Durance Guard is insane. It's only lost 9 guys. It's probably killed hundreds of elves. That is generally an overpowered unit. It really is. Over on this side here, gate fight still looking pretty tough here for the defenders. There is a pretty healthy Galadrim sword in there. But the guys that they've got available, they're healthy.
Refuses to admit defeat. Their unit has rallied.
This is looking like the main threat now, though, this push here. But now that the defenders are kind of putting out other fires, they can probably start shifting troops over to this new threat. I mean, the archers are all pretty much out of ammo for the elves, which was also probably one of the largest threats throughout this siege so far. Still 10 minutes left, though. Still not over. Balance power, I'd say, maybe shifted slightly back in favor of the Rohirrim. They've opened up a 100-man gap again, which is not much against the elves. And it's mostly Rohan left.
An entire unit has perished.
The green line holds on. It's losing, though. The shock infantry does eat up spears, as we all know for a fact, if you're a big fan of Dawnless Days. Nice here from the dwarves, you know, mounting up their crossbows, just shooting units, just scaring them away from the walls. Like, if you're not coming to actually, you know, attack, stay away from the walls. You're not allowed near them. Yeah, that's done its job. Rohan has side out. Whether he's just making sure some of these units stay routed, I don't know.
The whole unit
I can't imagine he's going to be too aggressive with that scout unit of 29. He could just, with the Arid here, I was going to say, just hammer and anvil this shipwright noble, as he's done already so well. It looks like this gate, though, is actually going to get possibly taken here. Twilight Guard, which is a good melee unit. It's a very good hybrid unit. They're challenging the side. And then you've got the general, veterans under the star. That's the Warriors of Arda general, and they've also got the Galadrim swords of, and we've also got another Galadrim sword. Yeah, there's plenty been thrown into this gate here. This might be more concerning. You can see the Elven cabs sniffing. It thinks it's got a chance in getting back here, of getting in. Whether they're also just going over to try and scare off the scouts, it might be the case. But yeah, it's going to be close. I know I've been saying it for a little while, but yeah, look at that. Elves now less than 1,000. They've actually opened up quite a large gap here. Have the defenders, a 300-man gap. That's the largest gap I think we've seen in the siege. I guess maybe bar the start, which is a 400-man gap. Gardamunicel, though, they've got to hold on. They're at least on an elite unit. They're going to take ages to sort of whittle down. They could maybe use the crossbows. I don't know if they can angle off the other side of the gate and just shoot down. Might be able to. But yeah, this gate is not holding either. Look at that other Gardamunicel here. Finally going to break it 7, 6, 5, maybe somewhere around that. Shows what that one's going to fall to. And the scouts are going to get sent forward. Other cav isn't being used yet, but it is, I think, going to get cycle charged into the shipwright nobles here. It's got a silver chevron. It's done incredibly well. Here we go. Charge. In a moment. They're literally lining up. Hit them, boys. Hit him. Like, yeah! For Rohan! For Erlinglos! Or whatever it is they say. Not a bad charge. They are losing again this ship, I know. And they were probably going to beat those Barrack Guard without all the support here. I mean, the Dwarves are bringing more over, but they're doing well. They're doing well. This Helming gas with so much ammo left needs to be used. It needs to get used somewhere. Probably shooting the veterans under the stars. I think it is trying to get side shots here. What is it shooting at? Oh no, it's shooting at the Gladrim Sword Warriors. It's also not a bad target. It's a shock. It's weak. I kill aim for Linden's general if you can get a better angle on him. Kill his general. And he's got no heads left to this Elven snake. Yeah, they are wavering, at least breaking that sword. Looks like over here as well. Actually, the shock infantry here. After prolonged melee, they are starting to falter. And actually, yeah, Gardamuda and the archers are holding on there. But I don't think they're going to break through there. If they're going to break through anyway, it's going to be here. I'm surprised they haven't shifted their cavalry over, to be honest. They've got all the shock here as well. Get them off the wall, like their wall landing, and get them through the gate. Why are they pulling things out? Don't pull things out. Keep things in. You're literally nearly through. So in fairness, we are about to see Balin's During Guard. If that goes in, that holds for ages, especially against the veterans. That'll hold. And generally the veterans, OP. There's probably only one unit that's more OP, and it's probably this unit here on the battlefield. Helming has to definitely get off the wall. With all that shock now landing, that's not the place you want to be. Balin's During Guard winning decisively against a very powerful Veterans of the Stars. It shows how broken this unit is. I mean, I think we see more often see Balin with During Guard just rout out of army losses rather than him himself get killed to a man. I mean, the best way to kill it is just to shoot charge cav. It's a tiny little unit, you can easily deal with it. Oh, how did this cav get in? How did elves get cav inside? They sneak through here? Or they sneak through that other gate? I don't know. They've routed anyway, charging the crossbows here. I'm gonna guess they probably came through this gate. No, they can't have. They can't have. It must have been this gate over here they tried to pull through. Because this is where all the calves been. Yeah, it looks like I can see some of them horses. I'm guessing that's how they stuck in, maybe. Anyway, they've been dealt with, and the elves again are just landing shock infantry unsupported. This cavalry here, I mean, it's nearly dead, but it's having a field day cycle charging. If they could just reset and recharge with this 22-man unit left, they could probably get a lot more kills. To be honest, I don't know. I think the scouts has finally been bled dry and it's gone. But yeah, maybe it is going to be just enough. They've managed to tie down that area to the Eastfold, and they're going to be able to rout it, I think, here. 12 men left. It's got 2 silver chevrons. It's done so well. They've definitely not earned those. Sorry, they've definitely earned those. They've not, like, just been given those at the beginning of the game. But yeah, these Gladrim swords, they're actually going to be able to land. Balin's During Guard is managed to rout the veterans of the Star here. That's insane. So now there's no generals left for the elves, but they've still got some very scary units. I mean, some of those shock that are landing and going in. You've got the Ironhail crossbows shooting the cav as they charge, and it looks like they're going to dismount them and send them in. It's not a bad idea. It's a shame that they brought them in the end, because they've been absolutely duped by Rohan into thinking of us they were going to sally or something. Well, where they generally were going to plan to charge them in through the gates once they captured one. Which is a crazy tactic to hope that you're going to catch one, or like capture a gate. I'd be like, just bring more shock, maybe better archers, pole arms even. Any of those would have been good options. Defenders have done well and managed to hold on to ammo. They also may have resupplied, which is also good because that's one of your assets. You use them if you got them. We've got a lot of supply barrels actually in today's game. Shock infantry here has routed the Ironhail crossbows. The calves return, but it's going to rout once again. I don't know, it's still not done yet. I mean, the defenders are thin on the ground with troops. I think we're seeing a charge here from Lothlorien. He might just charge through the gate. There's literally 15 Westfold axes holding that gate. There he goes, he's charging in.
Nothing remains of this unit.
General's
The
gone.
general of our ally is dead.
That
Dark
is...
moment.
Oh, Balin's dead. 24 of him left and he died. I was kind of surprised by that. And there you go. Lorien Outriders, they're in. And I feel like that was fairly legal. They killed the Westfold Axe and then disappeared this way. And now they might be able to go run havoc inside the city with their cavalry and do some cycle charges. Shame they've got no general because that would massively help. But they're down to 200 troops left against 640. They are losing over here. I don't know if Spear Cav has really the same effect dismounted as it does mounted. It's not like melee Cav. They keep their melee stats.
An entire unit has perished.
Let's see, what's he going to do? Oh, he's going to go for the cap point, Lorien Outriders. And this Galadrim Sword Warrior is turning around. It's getting shot in the face by the Helming Gas here. They're going to run away. Like cowards, they are. But yeah, they're trying to hold on there. Iron Guard, I guess, is going to try and hold the gate, stop this other equestrian getting inside. Balin just, I mean, yeah, just needs one unit to guard each gate. It needs to be a shielded unit, ideally. Looks like Lorien, yeah, he's going to try and capture the point, which is probably the only way they're going to win this game. But you need to then hold for 150 seconds. I don't think they're going to do that. If one of these units routes, it might be curtains, to be honest, for the whole Elven force. Yeah, they're losing this Noldor and Equestrian. They might lose some of the others. Yeah, look at them. They're losing the morale because they're just getting shot by archer towers, I think, as well. And I think armor losses are coming into it. And there you go. That is the battle. A Pyrrhic victory, that's for sure. I think Rohan and the Dwarves finished with less than 500 troops left. It's an insanely close game. A really good replay sent in by Nikki, so thank you very much, man, for sending this one in. It really was really good. And well done to Ark as well. Both made a pretty decent team. I think Ark maybe lost a few of his dwarves a little bit carelessly, but did okay. And well done to Gamba Jamba and to Bol Bol. Did a very good job as well on the attack. But yeah, Nikki here getting 162 kills with Erkenbrand before he... well, he didn't even fall. 119 kills with the Westfold Axes, 181 with these guys. Those poor Mustard Spears getting very few kills. Same with the Mudaseld Guards as well. They only got 76 kills. Helmingas, 180 kills. And then the Cav, the MVPs, 329, 117 kills. Very, very good. Then we have Ark playing as Erebor, 208 kills with Balin's Durin Guard. The Dwarven Barrack Guard paid for themselves, each and every single one of them. 334 kills, 195, 221. Iron Guards, 160 kills. Then the Tomb Wardens, 167, 113 kills with the crossbows. Then we have Gamba Jamba playing as Lothlorien, 165 kills with Haldir. Galadrim Sword Warriors, 229, 121 kills with another one here. 189, 183, and the Twilight Guard did pretty well as well. 219 kills, 184, 126, and the Amroth Sentinels getting 123 kills, and the Cav even got 80s, not bad. Bol Bol playing as Lyndon definitely brought way too much cavalry. That cost him, his team certainly, I think, quite a bit. I would have brought more shock infantry and just got rid of this, or brought a little less. Veterans of the Stars getting 110 kills. Shipwright Nobles kind of underperforming, but they got focused down by missiles and cavalry, getting only 73 kills the best there. Shock Infantry, 112, 110, 113, not too bad. Archers, 116, 109. But yeah, and the Cav getting 84 kills, which, yeah, all dismounted, I believe. But there you go, guys. That is today's Dawnless Days siege battle. If you did enjoy and want to see more, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. And do check out the videos that are pinging on your screen now. There's some crackers there. But until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Adios.